In this video, it's my pleasure to be interviewing George Costea. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoy this video. Please like and subscribe, and you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. Please let me know what you think in the comments below and what you'd like to see in future videos so I can work on that. My book, Backgammon Backgame Strategies, is available. There's a link in the description below where you can get it. And if you're interested in lessons, please email me. My email address is in the description. In this video, it's my pleasure to have George Costea from Backgammon Republic. Thank you for joining us and welcome, George.
Thank you for your invitation.
My pleasure. How are you doing today?
I'm just fine, just another ordinary day.
That's good. And you're in Romania, is that correct?
Very correct.
Okay, so we'll discuss a lot about that, about backgammon, and I'd like to start with a little background biographical information. Were you born and raised in Romania?
I was born, raised, and I live now in Constanța, Romania, but being on the seashore of the Black Sea.
Very good. And what kind of work do you do?
I finished my studies in Bucharest as an engineer in electronics, and for some long time, I work in a research institute. My working place now is also in Constanța.
What kind of research do you
do? Except those that are classified, I cannot give anymore.
Okay. Classified research. Okay, very good. And are you married yourself?
Yes, I'm married, and I have a son, a grown-up son, which is almost 40 years old.
Okay. Any grandchildren yet?
Nothing, and no hopes for the near future.
Okay. Well, good. Did you ever play backgammon with your son when he was growing up or as an adult?
I tried to, but he didn't. He wasn't interested. He had many other video games to fill up his time.
That sounds like my son. But that's how it is. It's okay. So how did you first learn backgammon? How did you get involved in that?
I learned maybe not backgammon, but Tavla, which is a variant of a backgammon, which we are playing here in this region, and also not a local game, but is played also in all the Mediterranean environment. Backgammon, I discovered it very lately, about 15 years ago, when I discovered the online matches and the tournaments. At that time, I was playing only Tavla together with some other friends around here, some neighbors, when we had some place where to put the table on. And at that moment, I thought Tavla is just another game of luck like any other. But after playing with others, I noticed that there are some people who are winning more than losing, and that intrigued me, and I tried to find more information on the internet. And so I discovered there are strategies and tactics, and there are bots where we can learn to improve your game. So I discovered the Gnu Backgammon application, and I started to train with it almost daily.
With GNU, GNU, is that correct? GNU, GNU?
Yes.
Yeah.
And after a short time, I became addicted. I played with Gnu Big for about 1 or 2 years continuously, maybe 10 matches a day. And and together with it, I also read 1 or 2 books on backgammon, and my understanding and the skill level had improved suddenly up to a certain level.
Yes. So That's good. There, I have a few questions about that. Uh, Most, if not all, of our viewers are familiar with the common backgammon, but Tavla is a variant. It's very similar. That's played in a lot of countries. I know there are some differences in terms of Dublin cube, backgammons, and things like that. So, what are the differences between Tavla and the backgammon that's played internationally?
Here there are not many many differences, but the one that I can mention now is the cube. That's obvious. And the other thing is we can start rolling a double six or double one, which are not allowed in backgammon. And we cannot win 3 points in the end of a game. Only 1 or 2 points if gammon. And the one who wins is the first roll on the next game to play. And other differences I cannot remember many.
Yeah, that's my understanding. And the way I grew up was similar to that. And we also had a rule where you cannot pick and pass in your inner board. Do you have that rule, or you could do that?
No, we don't have this rule.
Okay, so some places have this rule and some do not. But otherwise, it's very similar. And when I was growing up, I played that way. And when I learned the Dublin cube, it's a very big thing in terms of the strategy. So you said you learned a lot. You said you learned by playing on the GNU and from books. So what books did you read that you found were useful?
Um, the one that I read was called Backgammon for, I don't know, remember exactly, for idiots or something like this. For a very beginner, but it is not. It was not just for the beginner. There were many items that were discussed there, and even items for more advanced player than I was ready to understand at that moment. So I read it twice.
Do you have other books that you recommend to others who are interested in improving their game?
I know there is another book that I found very useful. Was I think a book named 501 Positions or Problems for Backgammon by Bill Roberti, I think, which I found it very useful. And of course, the Backgammon book.
The boot camp?
No, not that one. I'm sorry, I have problems with my memory at this
Okay, yeah,
moment.
I understand. Bill Roberti has written many books. 501 Essential Backgammon Problems is outstanding. I definitely
Yeah.
recommend it. I think you can learn a lot from reading books. I've read a lot of books myself. And you said you also play on the computer. You use GNU. I use XG. They're both very similar. I feel like you can learn a lot from that. But a lot of people ask me, how do you learn by playing on a computer? And you have a lot of experience doing that. So because the computer cannot tell you why it's correct or why it's not correct. So how is it that you have learned by playing on GNU?
The responses to the why question, I found it in the books, which were very useful to have both books and exercise with a bot. Learning and improving with a bot, I found it useful in 3 ways. First, playing lively with a computer with or without the tutor mode.
Yeah.
So I was despaired at some moment in the beginning after many of my moves, computer said that is not the good move. Please try again. And that disturbed me. But that was just a phase in time. After that phase, I played matches online on different sites. I recorded the matches I played, and then load them into the Gnu Backgammon and analyze them. And there I thought, where are my errors, and try to improve and to see which are my weak spots and what can I do to improve them. But these were the main directions how I try to improve my game using the computer.
I think that's really good, and a lot of people prefer to play in person, but when you do play online, you can download the match and put it into the computer and learn that way, whereas you cannot when you play live. But you started by playing live, right? Not on the computer.
Yes, and with people who were not very much skilled in this game, so I didn't learn very much prior starting with the computer.
Yeah, it's most of the time, I think in general throughout the world, but in particular maybe in Europe or the Middle East, people just play for fun, and it's just a fun game. They don't think about winning or losing. It's just fun, right?
So it's here, and even I try to improve my skills using the computer. At this moment, I didn't jump to a professional level of serious player, playing for tournaments, watching their PR, how good is it, and trying very hard to improve their skill. I reached some level, which may be some advanced, intermediate advanced level at this moment, and I'm happy with it, because I know that which are my limitations, and I'm not trying to be a professional player, a world champion player, so I'm happy with my skill, and even now when I'm playing mostly for fun. Even if I know that I'm not making the best move that EJ might suggest, I know that are not the best, but I do still play them because just for the fun of the game.
Yes, yes. So what are some of the online sites that you play so our viewers can learn about that?
Some I don't remember them now. Some 15 years ago, there weren't many sites. There were 2 or 3 places where we could play. Then we start playing on Grandmasters, on Safe Harbor, and after that there were a few other sites who managed to appear and offer some experience, but many of them weren't that great, and they lost it in time. And after Studio Heroes became on the market, and parallelly it was the Galaxy site, these 2 sites cover mostly all the market in the world.
Yes, those are very popular. You know, there was one question I was going to ask you. I forgot to ask. I know we're talking about backgammon, but what are your personal interests outside of backgammon?
Backgammon?
Other than backgammon?
Oh, I see. I don't have many passions beyond backgammon. I don't even would call backgammon being a passion right now. It was a passion about some 10, 15 years ago when I almost got addicted. But at this moment, I play it for fun when I have some spare time. I play it live when I have occasion with some of my neighbors, my friends. But it's not the main passion to say. I don't. I didn't reach the passion to participate in real life tournaments. I play mostly online. I don't play it for money. And other hobbies or passions, I do read some. I do like reading some books when I have time. I open a book. For some years, my favorite author is Tom Clancy. And when I have some minutes to spare, I open and read one of his books. I also, when I have some time on occasionally I play some chess, listen music, but most of my time I spare it in front of a computer, Googling and surfing the net and managing backgammon groups, which in time, even some years ago, I was passionate with a game, playing the game. This interest is shifted from playing the game to managing and moderating backgammon groups and discussions and such things.
Yes, I know you're involved in the Backgammon Republic group, and that's an outstanding group. I wanted to talk about that a little bit. How did you start that?
I have the privilege to join this wonderful group some 7 years ago, and at that moment it was run by 3 distinguished admins. That was Anita Marholm, Chris Kavanagh, and Alexander Auer. I think I brought something to that group, and together with the admins at the time, we discussed new ideas, how to make it more interesting, and I'm very grateful to them for their support and their great contribution in what Backgammon Republic is today. Together, we tried to improve the content of our group, trying to make it more attractive to the passionates of backgammon. Together, we have worked in improving it, in adding a set of rules and recommendations, which I think it was a great lack at that moment. In order to manage conflictual situation between players and such thing, we added a blundering quiz column addressing to those who wanted to improve his skill. And that was my idea, and that came from my frustration that at that time, some 10 years ago, I couldn't find much discussion on the problems and on quizzes and blunders and such things where the beginner don't know how to approach a problem, to see how an experienced player is thinking beyond the move. So I tried to add that column, just hoping to give a new issue on to discuss with the passionates of backgammon. We also added a ranking system and an elo ranking system, so any player can see their evolution in time. We diversified the types of tournaments. We organized, adding new types of tournaments, like money tournaments, team tournaments, championship tournaments, Swiss type, and other things like that, to make it more diversified. I thought that this was a good addition to the group. I believe that there is still some space for improvement in our group, and any feedback or support from members would be appreciated. As there are many members, I know I cannot please everyone, but surely I can easily piss off everyone, most of them, if I fail being a good admin. Today I'm trying to keep running more tournaments, about 3 simultaneous tournaments at a time. But also I think it might worth mentioning that I'm also running some kind of similar group backgammon in Romania here, mostly for people who are not very familiar with English, but they are happy to participate in tournaments and in fun tournaments beyond the real money tournaments that exist.
Yes, and I think you did an outstanding job with everything from Backgammon Republic. It certainly brings a lot of people joy and pleasure when they're able to read and interact. I wanted to express my gratitude and appreciation for you to you for doing that, and also congratulate you on all the work that you've done. I wanted to share this so people can see the group. And right now, Backgammon Republic is on Facebook, correct?
Yes, very correct.
Okay, so this is the group, and this is, I'll scroll about, I'll read this a little bit. The about Backgammon Republic is an international backgammon group featuring tournaments with group ELO ratings, puzzles, commentary, articles, interesting positions, and hopefully some of your thoughts. We are not affiliated with any other backgammon group, nor with anyone playing on our one playing site. Our suggested sites are Grid Gammon, Safe Harbor Games, and Gammon Site, Backgammon Studios, all these places, Fibs, all these ones. So here we can see some of the things, some of the posts, and I really enjoy the posts that you put with the blunders, and we'll see if we can get to one of these. I don't know. I don't see this for some reason, but some of your posts when you post about the blunders and the mistakes and people talk about it, those are very interesting. And I see you also have all these different tournaments. Yes?
Yes, that's very nice. Now that you are showing these images, I noticed that it was not updated lately, so that's one point where I should work on it.
Let me see. I'll see if I can find this. Let me see. Okay. Oh no, I don't have it here. Okay. So it's okay. But I certainly learn a lot. How many people are on the group right now, approximately?
I am not sure. I haven't checked up lately, but there are hundreds.
Yeah, I know that I see a lot of the people that are involved in backgammon, that are in the other Facebook groups, that interact a lot. Certainly learn a lot from that. What's been the feedback from the members or the people in the group? What have they said about the Backgammon Republic and other things?
I didn't had much feedback from players, but there were a few of them who expressed their gratitude and helped to and thanked me for improving the group, for bringing new items, new experience in this group, and for the fun of the tournament I organized. But generally, I had good feedback, small but good.
Yeah. My personal feedback is keep up the great work. I enjoy it a lot.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, I think all of these things that we can do can improve backgammon and get more people involved, creating these on the social media, whether it's Facebook or YouTube videos or other things, and creating these tournaments. What are your thoughts? One of my goals personally is to get more people involved and interested in backgammon. What kinds of ideas do you have that we can do that, other than the ones, of course, you've mentioned already?
Okay, just I searched and I found that are more than 3,400 members on this group. And there are some tens of players who are regulars to our tournaments organized here online. Regarding to the issue you raised, my opinion is that attracting people into the backgammon is not an easy task. If the players already had the taste of a game and played and found it was fun, they Google the internet and they found backgammon groups which are more or less suited for their taste in backgammon. If they found it fun, the game, they will come again and play again. And if they don't find it suited for their taste, I don't think how they can be attracted. I know that one of the essential item to attract people to play is money, prizes. So there are real tournaments where such prizes are added, and that attracts many players from different corners of the world, and these kind of tournaments are really attractive. But I'm not very familiar with the real tournaments, and just from the online point of view of backgammon, that was my opinion.
I agree. I think online backgammon has become very popular in the past few years. Of course, we had the COVID pandemic, which was obviously terrible and no one would ever want it. But I think one of the positive things is people learn to do things on video and online. And there have been a lot of these online backgammon tournaments, and you've been organizing that. So that's great. That's great. I agree. I know it's a lot of work, so I appreciate your time. I wanted to tell you I found something that we can share here. This is one of the positions that you recently posted on Backgammon Republic, right?
Right, correct.
So where do you get these positions? Are they from your own matches, or?
Yes, mainly they are from my matches I played.
So
but,
this was
lately I became more I don't know how to say it. Many of the blunders I've made, I don't think they consider to be posted only from a few reasons. One would be they are too obviously blunders, so anyone can see what was the best move to play, and they consider how did George blunder over this one, so I don't post it. Other position, I don't think they are interested to be posted, because I think one of the requirements to be a good position to be discussed is to have a few qualities. One of these qualities is to offer 2 or 3 good alternatives where the players should weigh them and find the candidates and see which one of the candidates is better. Otherwise, if there's only good move, even blundered, I don't think that position would be of interest for the viewers, for the players to discuss it.
Right, right. It has to be interesting and educational. So when you were playing this position, maybe we can discuss this position while we have it here. You were playing the black checkers at the bottom and Gnu the
Right.
white checkers at the top, and it's a 13-point match. Your score is 2, white score is 3, so 11 away, 10 away. The cube has already been turned, so white owns the cube. And now looking at this, black has a 4-1 to play with one checker back, and white has a 4-point board here, an anchor on the other side, and the midpoint. Black has a pretty good blocking structure, but only a 2-point board. So tell us, what you were thinking when you were making this play.
That was this position occurred in a match in a WBIF competition, national competition of Romania, organized on the WBYF organization. And I was really a little stressed about not playing good. In this position, I had to play 4-1. If I'd hit on the 8-point, then would be a problem. How would I play the 4? Playing the 4 that had no many options in any alternative. I had to offer a blot that could be hit. And about being hit, I looked at his home board and saw there are 4 points already made, compared to my only 2 points board. So I think it would be high risk being hit and dancing on the bar. So I tried to find another candidate, another option, another alternative where I can play safer. And there are a few safe moves, but every one of them was a blunder that I discovered lately when I analyzed this game. The best move in the situation that Gianni Ubighi highlighted, the best move was 9-8 and then 8-4, leaving a blot inside my home, which was an alternative that never occurred through my mind during the game. So over the board, I didn't see it, and I think that even I did see it, I wouldn't choose it.
Yes, these are very difficult because, of course, you want to hit, but you don't want to leave the blot. So you don't know what to do. When I was looking at this position, there are a few things that I do. First is, let's say you hit, okay? White is going to be on the bar, and you'll leave a blot somewhere. But if you look at the dancing numbers for white, when white is on the bar, of course, 6-6, 5-5, and 6-5 dance, right? So those would be bad for white. Let's say you don't hit and play maybe 9-6, 9-5, 7-6, or play behind or something like that. How do those rolls play for white? So 6-6, you can make a 5' here and then bring this out. That's pretty good. 5-5 is good because you can bring these out here, make the anchor, and then block over here. And also 6-5 can hit loose. All those 3 rolls, or the 4 rolls, are very good for white if you don't hit. But when you do hit, they become very bad. So those swings are very important. The other thing I was thinking is, this checker needs to get moving and it's under the threat of attack. So if you don't hit, then this is going to be attacked or white is going to do something. So I felt that this was appropriate to hit But then the 4 is problematic, as you said. And sometimes I know if you're posting this position, it has to be something difficult. So the 4, you know, my thought when I posted this is, after hitting, if you're going to play a 4, you're going to leave a blot or something like that. So you might as well just put it here on the 4 point to at least slot the next point you're going to make. And it also duplicates the hitting 1s after hitting and the 1s here and the entering 4s that hit and the 4s on the other side. So I don't know, when I thought of it that way, it's kind of made sense logically, but when you see these types of plays over and over, you start to get them a little bit better.
Yes, but this was over the board. There was no quiz factor during the match.
Right. But I feel like I learn a lot from when you post these. Do you feel like, I'm sure you feel like you learn a lot from the discussion, from the comments that people have about these?
Yeah, sure. I found them very interesting, and besides this, there were some experienced player to whom I'm very grateful for their comments on my posts or wherever they posted their comments in my group or in another group. There was a lot of good things to learn from their comments, from their large experience and knowledge. And
Yes, I agree. I think, backgammon is a game that we play for fun, for enjoyment. It keeps your mind going. You think about things. It's good to learn. And I think this is one of the best ways of learning. You show a position and then people discuss it. People make a post and it's interactive because you can read what other people say and learn from that. I feel like this is very educational. And what you do is outstanding. Okay, so that was that. Do you have any other things about Backgammon Republic that you wanted to talk? Because I think it's important to make sure people go. It's on Facebook, Backgammon Republic.
I don't consider myself of being a strong player. As I said, I consider being an intermediate to advanced player level at this moment. Even I studied for some years. This is my level of understanding. I know there are many other better players who can give more better advice to other players. What advices I can offer to some players who now are trying to discover the passion for this game is, and if they are trying to improve their skill, there are two directions to follow. One is to train with a bot like Gnu Backgammon or XJ, and in parallel with exercising, training with this bot, they should also read books on this about backgammon, and also follow on different backgammon sites like Backgammon Strategy or others the quizzes posted from different people, and look at the comments that experienced players made on those positions that were posted. So as I said about myself, and I like to joke sometime, some 10, 15 years ago, I was a complete beginner into this game. Now I'm much older.
And wiser.
Yeah.
So if people are interested in playing in the tournaments that you advertise on BG Republic, Backgammon Republic, how can they participate in those tournaments?
Everyone who is a member in Backgammon Republic Every time a new tournament is posted, they receive a notification. If they want to play, they just leave a comment to that post that was published. So there is no other requirements, just the requirements to be able to play on the sites that are popular at this moment, Heroes or Galaxy. No other requirements needed. Just leave a comment and they will start playing in our tournaments.
That's great. And you have a whole rating system and everything. So when you do these tournaments online, I'm not familiar with it so much myself because I haven't participated, but I've participated in live tournaments. So when we have a live tournament, for example, we have like a weekend and you play on maybe Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then it's all completed. When you play on the online tournament, is it all at a designated time or people can play and coordinate with their opponents?
For most of our tournaments, we have 3-4 days available for the two players to find a suitable time and play at whatever time they found suitable for them. And until the next round will come after 4 days, they provide the result, and a new round will be published. New other players to find each other and play their game. So there's not hurry. It's in a slow pace, 3-4 days for every match.
And that's good because one of the things that's challenging for a lot of people, especially nowadays, travel has become difficult. The economy has impacted people, so it's a little expensive to travel to tournaments, but you don't have any of those fees. You can play from anywhere in the world on these in these tournaments, right?
Right.
Yeah. So have you played with people from all over the world?
No, I haven't played with players from China. They have their better games of their own, and they are not very much interested in backgammon. And I cannot say I played online games with people from Australia, New Zealand, from South America, South Africa, from all over the Europe, Russia, Ukraine, or you name them. But I can say I played with players from most corners of the world, and if they haven't played with me yet, that's their loss.
I think that's outstanding because if we did not have this, you would never have an opportunity in your life to meet all these people from different places, different continents, different countries. So I think it's really nice.
Yes. Yes, the Backgammon Group, Republic Group, brings the opportunity to meet and play with players from all over the world, but it's not absolutely necessary to meet. You can enter into any site that offers the possibility to play games, online games, and you have a possibility to play with players from all over the world, to meet new people, to meet new players, to make friendship, to play. Backgammon groups brings other additional facilities and opportunities, but the basic facilities are already there on the online backgammon sites. Just come and play.
Yeah, you don't even need to have a board. People get these boards, they're very expensive, and then travel with them and all of these things. You just play on your computer or your phone.
Passion costs.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So great. I think that's great. I really enjoyed it. I think I've been participating in the Backgammon Republic for about a year or so when I learned about it. It's outstanding, and some of the other Facebook groups. It's great. I mean, people really like it. They enjoy it. You've done a great job. Congratulations again. Really appreciate it. What do you have any other things you'd like to talk about before we conclude the interview?
I think we covered most of the aspects that I was involved in, and my passion for backgammon, different aspects of the game, and how I learned what can I suggest to other people, and I think we covered all the aspects, and now additional ideas have at this moment to add. Thanks for the interview.
Okay, well, thank you so much. It's been really a pleasure having you, speaking with you, learning about all the things that you've been doing. I'd love to have you back again to discuss other things in the future if you ever would like to do that. But great, I appreciate it. So we'll go ahead and conclude the video. Thank you again, George Costea from Backgammon Republic and in Romania. And thank you to the viewers for watching. I appreciate that. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe, and you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. Please let me know what you think in the comments below and what you'd like to see in future videos so I can work on that. Again, my book, Backgammon Backgame Strategies, is available. There's a link in the description to where you can get it. And if you're interested in lessons, please contact me via email. My email address is in the description. I look forward to seeing you in future videos. And until then, keep rolling your dice.